which is what you'll need to do because you need to train both sides of your body properly. So, hey there friend, it's you, me, and the 8 kilo kettlebell again. And we've come a long way. Today, we're going to finish up our 20-minute program. We're going to do 5 repetitions of the flow, 10 repetitions of the swing, and we're going to work for 20 minutes. And just take a moment to appreciate that you've come this far. It's been quite a journey from 10 minutes to 12 minutes to 14 minutes to 16 minutes to 18 minutes to 20 minutes of work over time. And I think you can be proud of yourself that you've done this. But this is just the beginning, because there's a lot more that we're going to learn. First of all, now that you know this flow and the swing, you can do this with increasingly heavy weights. You can do it for 5 minutes, you can do it for 10 minutes, you can do it for 50 minutes, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes at a time if you want to. And it's going to lay a good foundation for your strength and conditioning. But in the end of today, we're actually going to take a look at something new, which is the fact that we're going to learn to work one-handed through the same motions. And we're going to break that down bit by bit, because we already learned the one-hand swing, and now that we've mastered the hinge and the deadlift, there's not a lot that stands in our way of us actually getting really good with a kettlebell. And by getting really good with a kettlebell, we can get really strong and really fit and ready for an adventurous life. Anyway, we're about to get started. I'm going to turn on the timer, and like every time, just go ahead and follow along for the 20 minutes, and then we'll talk at the end. Three, 4, and 5. There you go. Now we're going to go for the 10 swings on the next minute. Last. And with the swings, just remember to wait to the last minute, the last moment, for your hands to touch the top and inside of your thighs, and make sure that the kettlebell is slightly weightless at the top by generating the force from your swing. When you do that, that's when you know you're doing a good swing. There are a couple of other small pointers we'll get to in a bit. Again, preparing for that hinge, looking surprised a little bit, checking if my spine is neutral, getting ready to hinge, proper stance, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, 1, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, 2, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, set it down, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. 4, 5. There you go. And I'm going to prepare for the swings again. Now, an easy way to check whether you're standing as sturdily as you can, by just doing a little hop. Because when we land out of a little hop, we tend to try to land with as solid a base as possible. Deadlift, hinge, hike it up, swing. See, I can let it go at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9. Just, there we go. That's 4 minutes of work in. Continuing for the third set. Let's get a slightly different angle this time. It's for you to see. And again, going to get ready for that hinge. Just a little hop. You stand a little bit wider if you want to. That's perfectly fine. Hinge that neutral spine. And for the deadlift thrust, while those hips use the lats, press just down. 1, 2. Okay, deadlift, pull, clean. Now glutes, quads, core. 3. Very good. 4. And 5. Well done, friends. Now prepare for that swing. And again, similar stance. Little hop. Neutral spine. Hinging. Grab the kettlebell. Hike it up. Thrust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, you don't need to take your hands off the kettlebell, but you can check whether it's weightless. Just opening your hand slightly and feeling how it floats for a second before returning on its downward arc, through which you guide it with your hands. Right, that was the third set. We're on the fourth now, almost halfway. Prepare for the flow. Right, go. Deadlift, row, press, squat, deadlift, row, press, squat, deadlift, row, feet, press. Oh, that's 3. Deadlift, row, feet, press, squat. It's 4. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. That's 5. And remember, it's not about speed. It's about technique. You've been doing this for a while now. So getting to the point where we can add a bit of speed and the power to the training. Mind that. Exhale at the top of that swing. 4th set. That is going into the 5th set. Mind that exhale at the top of the swing. Turn your body into that plank where the kettlebell is weightless, and then guide the kettlebell back on its arc. quads, glutes, core, like you're throwing a punch at the top. Now, with this weight, I might be going a little bit fast with a heavier weight. We obviously slow down again. Give our muscles time to learn, adapt, process what is required of them. And as we move up in weight, we go through that cycle of training slow, getting stronger, and then adding power to the mix. That's 5. We're about to hit the halfway point. Just remember that it's not a marathon, a sprint, it's a marathon. We're trying to do this over an extended period of time, and we're slowly building up our working capacity. And if you can do this 3 times a week, halfway point. If you can do this 3 times a week with this weight at this intensity, you're doing pretty good. And then you can start adding variations. I tend to use this as a warm-up with a lightweight, or just as a full body exercise with a 16 or a 20. Alright, kicking off the 6th set. You might sometimes even continuously do the flow for a full minute before going into 2. The swings with a lighter weight, just because it's such a fun and interesting conditioning challenge. You just keep varying and spicing things up for yourself. Last one, once you get the hang of it. But that, of course, is completely up to you. Bye. 10 swings. Ready? Neutral spine, feel it in your hamstrings. Hike up. 6th set down. And I can tell you, I'm getting my heart rate up. Getting to feel pretty good about the way my body's moving at the moment. Nice and warm. Even with an 8 kilo, which for me is relatively light. Just the fact of moving and challenging myself every minute on minute. 7th set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you feel any pain or discomfort, you stop and you wait it out. You come back another day. Don't push yourself. 5. Do you understand? We are here to train, not to get injured. So, we're going through the basics. Two-handed kettlebell swing, neutral spine, hike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, side. See that? Weightless. At the top, 7th set. On to the 8th set. All we need to do is keep going. Let's give you the view from straight ahead. You can see there's something to be gleaned about your own movements. If you're looking in the mirror, always mind your technique. Slow is better than hurt. And we're here to have fun, not to just go through the exercises because it's a chore. In that case, we need to find another sport to do the other days of the week, and we just add this one in to once a week to build that athletic base. 4, 5. There we go. All right, getting ready for the swing. Neutral spine, hinge from the hips. Preparing myself, the hamstrings ready, activating those lats, hiking it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We are on to the 9th set in a moment. The 9th set, straightforward, very simple. Just do what we did before. If your heart rate's slightly up, just ask yourself, can you still continue this conversation with me? If not, it's okay to take a minute to rest before you move on. Okay? It's not a competition. It's not a challenge. It's just you against your mind with the kettlebell. Because the kettlebell can be a cruel master. And if you do not respect signals your body is giving you, you might find yourself stop being able to exercise for a long time after 5. So please pay heed to the warnings from your body. Again, check in with yourself, a little hop, give yourself a base of support, and see what's comfortable. Over time, you will learn. Neutral spine, hip hinge, grab the kettlebell, and activate those lats. Hike first, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're about to get ready for the last round in today's workout. And we're going to learn a couple of new things. And I'll remind you which one we've learned in a moment. Alright, the final set, friend. Look how far you've come. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one. 5. Very good. And the final set. Swings. Then we're going to talk about what might be next, because you'll get tired of doing this video on repeat at some point, friend. Very good. Look at us. We're done. That's it. That's 20 minutes of work. Now, what else have we learned in the last weeks? A couple of things, right? First of all, we learned how to do a deep sit. Because we want to work on our mobility. So you're just going to hold that for a bit more than a minute. But if you can't, don't worry. You just relax and you go back up, rest for a while, go back down as far as you can. You don't have to go this deep. You need to do what works for you. And as you can see maybe on the video, I am sweating from the effort we've put in this video. So it was a good 20-minute workout. I just need to figure out a good thumbnail. Good end. Very cozy and comfortable down here. Alright, then we had the halo round one side, opposite side. This might be a new variation, but if you've been practicing this with a light enough weight, this should now be possible. This left to right for a minute. What? You just keep working on that mobility both in your hips, knees, and now in your upper body. At the same time, working on your strength. But all right. Now, what do we have? We had one of the McGill Big Three, the bird dog. All right, you're going to have to time that properly. So I want to have about 30 seconds. So we bring up, make sure we have enough space. We bring up one leg, one arm, and we squeeze the glute and the lat. Tuck in our chin a little bit, look surprised, maintain that neutral spine. That. And you're supposed to feel this in your core. It's supposed to be an exercise, not a relaxed time. Very good. Now we're going to slowly move to the other side. And give yourself some time. I'm really sweating, by the way, from the workout. So it was a good workout. Good job, good effort by us. Again, the one leg comes up. Squeeze the glute. Make a fist. Neutral spine. Don't tilt up. Keep your body square. And you hold for 30 seconds. Yeah. Up. Well done. Well done. All right. Now, slider. We will add to that we're going to rack the kettlebell on one side. And the way we learn to rack, by the way, is we don't pick up the kettlebell with one hand. We pick up the kettlebell with two hands, and the second hand helps position the kettlebell in the rack. So we want the handle of the kettlebell diagonally across our palm. We don't want any space here between the wrist and the handle. And the kettlebell should lean on the forearm, the bicep, and the chest, near our center of gravity. Now, for women, it's important to realize that the kettlebell should not bang into our chest. So please keep that in mind to prevent any future issues. And again, I'm going to try that on the other side as well. You just have the other arm help put it in position, and it needs to rest firmly and comfortably on your body. Shouldn't be hanging out to the side, right? Shouldn't be forward here like this. No. Should be comfortably resting on the base that your arm, forearm, bicep, and chest make. And that's also where it should land when we do a clean with a kettlebell. So you practice that. You just put it there comfortably. And then when the timer starts, we are going to march in place for 1 minute with the kettlebell, challenging our core stability here, because what's happening is trying to push me down. I need to square myself using my core. The different variations of this is the one we're doing today. And keep that kettlebell nice and tight, close to your body. Feel it resting comfortably where it should be. So you do this for 1 minute on one side, and then we're going to switch. This might not feel like a lot, but believe me, you will see the benefits soon enough. And you'll need this core stability for all the single-handed work that you want to do. And challenging the other side. And again, what's happening is my body's trying to collapse. I'm using my core to stabilize myself. You just keep walking. All right. Now, we're going to turn off the timer and we're just going to take a look at that single-handed technique. So, we remember what we did two-handed, right? Hinged. Put two hands on the kettlebell, neutral spine. Feel it in our hamstrings. Well, in exactly the same thing, single-handed. Same goes for the row. Proper hinge, neutral spine, activate the lat, and you can row with one hand. Once you've done that, now you get to the clean. And the clean takes a little bit of training, so we'll get to that in another video. For now, for the clean, what you can do is you can just lift it up slowly with two hands. Make sure it's comfortable. Overhead press with one hand requires you to have good mobility in your shoulder. Any kind of ache or pain or mobility inhibition, stop, see a physiotherapist to make sure that gets fixed before you do anything else. And then squat, and you're done. And you can do the same thing on the other side, which is what you'll need to do, because you need to train both sides of your body properly. So the most important thing for you to start practicing out of this, first, getting to the clean, the rack position properly. Yeah. With two hands, simply lifting it up and putting it in the right position over and over again before we learn how to do that in motion. And then also practice for yourself the exact same motions from the deadlifts with two hands, just with one hand, and the row. Get absolutely comfortable with doing these motions over time, just a little bit at the end of every session. And with that, friend, we've come to the final video and the end of this foundation of full body kettlebell strength and conditioning. I hope you found it useful. I hope you've subscribed to my channel, because I intend to post more videos not only about my fitness, but about my career, about fatherhood, about being a man, about raising men, about my life in general. Because fitness, health, fitness, and longevity is just a small part of it, but one of the most solid foundations we can give ourselves for a long, adventurous, active, and self-sufficient life. Like I was saying, I do this for the way I feel, not for the way I look. And we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. The only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.